More specifically, it's a trash way to treat the only somebody who really gives a fuck about you. But you know, welcome back to Arkham Asylum. Yeah, Arkham Asylum.
It is the asylum of the Arkhams.
One of these has a Riddler trophy in it. I know it does. Or maybe not. Boy, I thought that was a big ass roach. And understand, like, I do get the whole, you don't have to be friends with her.
Oracle,
I get
I'm
that.
heading into Croc's lair to collect the plant spores Ivy spoke of. He's in some kind of old sewer network.
But
Some of this
I
crap
feel like the
sounds like
two
a
of us
maze.
both understand that we're the only people who have consistently, like,
Sure about this?
been there. I won't say liked each other,
I
but I will
promise.
say,
I've tuned the scanner to
I
detect the
wish I
spores
could
with
quit
flares from
you.
the antivenom.
man,
Leave
tell
this
me
to
about it.
What about Croc?
Croc's just an animal. And animals just need traps and the right bait. I'll be fine. I'll contact you when I'm done.
I don't remember how to get. Oh wait, that's not a flower. Never mind.
These floating platforms will support me. But will also send sound waves through the water, giving away my position to Croc. I'll need to move as slowly as possible.
I don't think there's a way that you can do this without him eventually popping up to like molest you. You just have to be ready on the draw to do something about whatever's going to happen. So the PS5, man. How do you feel about
Yeah.
the? How do you feel about it?
What do you mean? Because I feel that it's. I don't feel like it's necessary yet, is the way I
Mm.
would put it. Like, normally when there's a new generation of consoles, I say, like, well, here's the reason there is a new generation of consoles, is because this new thing.
Well, I guess with the
Whereas,
PS5, it's like a matter of like high resolution, like on board already. But like with the PS4 Pro, like what exactly are you like improving upon from the PS4 Pro is the question.
yeah, because as it stands, it's more or less just there's a lot more moving parts. Like, it's got way better, like, lighting effects, it's got way better, like, moving, like, it's able to render a lot more things moving all at once.
And
That's the thing.
I want to point out that like when it comes to games like that, like the whole the PS4 it can shave your dog. But like how many people are using it to shave their dog? And what I mean is like how many developers are making games that need that like require that. Cuz like Knack is technically a game for the PS4 that has a whole lot of
Moving parts.
yeah.
Like, 'cause that game was specifically made to just
I
be
didn't
a tech
move.
demo.
Yeah, I didn't move.
Feasting on your bones.
I mean, every time so far in the game, when I've like hucked a batarang at somebody, it's gone where it needed to fucking go. But yeah,
But I would say that, like, of what I've seen, like, as far as, like, the only game I've seen in the PS5, like, engine, it's cool. It looks really cool. And I mean, of course, yeah, I'm gonna get one, but it's not like I'm saying, like, oh, I totally see why. There's the PS5 now.
Yeah, I don't necessarily feel like there's much.
Which maybe the other games they'll show off will do that. I don't know.
Maybe. But even then, like, only to have, like, 4 or 5 games in your entire library that, like, take full advantage of the console
These
is
spores
is
don't contain enough
questionable.
of the antivenom mold. I
So,
need to find more.
Because like
it,
anything you see right now isn't gonna matter because it's gonna take people like 3 years before they fully understand how to like work with
use
the
it.
technology.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out that the entire I don't normally like get on the whole like PC Master Race bullshit. And I'm not saying PC Master Race is the point of this conversation, but the
Dot,
fact
dot,
that we
dot,
have
but.
so many different consoles
Mm-hmm.
is the reason that games can't be developed like in a more streamlined way.
What do you mean?
Because if we weren't all like trying to make games work on every type of
Platform.
software,
Yeah.
yeah, or hardware rather, if we weren't trying to make everything work on every type of hardware and thinking about like how that's going to affect all the other
Four,
contenders
there,
for
four.
us, then we would be able to make better things a lot easier because you wouldn't have to learn how to work with all these other things.
Because as it stands right now, like, for sure, like, making games for the Switch has become, like, a secondary idea. Because, like, we understand that the Switch isn't as powerful as a PlayStation. Of course it's not. Like, that goes without saying. Like, it super goes without saying. But okay, not that way.
Because I'm never the one to complain that like, oh, there's Smash Brothers on the Switch, but nowhere else. Like, I'm not that person.
I mean, I feel like console exclusives are kind of like the only reason to have more than one console at like at this point. I don't mean to make Batman seem like a badass, but yeah. He's doing it on his own, to be completely honest. But yeah, it's that. It's like the idea, like, well, how come this isn't on that console? Who says that? Who is like trying to play like Mario?
A lot of people said that about Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man's a great game, but too bad it's not on Xbox.
No, too bad for you. It's not on Xbox. Like, you know, because I really feel like I will say that honestly. Yeah, it's not. It's not like feasible as far as it's not feasible as far as like pricing is concerned to buy every fucking console. Like, it's not. I understand that. I have every console because 2 of them is secondhand, and I don't have a problem with that. Like, I bought my Switch secondhand, and I bought my Xbox One secondhand, and I didn't have a problem with that. So I was able to get a lot more for a lot less. Well, with the Xbox, I got a lot more for a lot less. The Switch, not so much. And so, like, the idea of like, well, if only Spider-Man was on this, like, well, get a fucking PlayStation. And it's like, but I don't want a PlayStation. Then you don't want to play Spider-Man. I was like, well, if you want to go to the park, you have to, vacuum the house out. I want to vacuum. Well, you want to go fucking park. The thing I do find weird about this is that, oh the weird thing about this is like I've clearly had to walk past where some of the spore samples were, and the thing just didn't like register that I was
Next
going.
to them.
Yeah, like it had to wait for me to like go the direction the game needed me to go. Like, where are you at? There you are. There you went. I've been at this for 10 minutes.
You sure have. But yeah, I'm still not, it's not like I'm at that point where I think like, oh, we should just have one mega console that everyone works on or anything, but I see the benefit in such an idea.
Oh yeah, I totally understand like why it sounds good, but it's really only things that poor people say.
Yeah,
I've got enough spores.
because I don't say it from a point of view where it's like, oh, I can't afford all these,
Oh,
because
I get it.
at the end of the day, I'm going to get them
Someone
all.
beacon down there.
Like, the ones that matter to me anyway.
Yeah, I got an Xbox One,
Getting out of here.
one because it
What
was
about
cheap.
Hawk?
He won't be a problem.
I got it because it was cheap. Like I got it because it was cheap. I got it because it was affordable. I got the Switch because the dude who was selling his sold it at a decent price, and I didn't see the need to pass up. Like I could have not gotten it, but the PS4 on the other, my PS4 on the other hand, yeah, I paid like money for that. Same goes for my Wii U. Same goes for my. Well, I didn't buy my Wii, but like I bought my Wii firsthand. My PS3 was my PS3 was not secondhand. My Xbox 360, on the other hand, it was. My Xbox 360 is a secondhand console. My Xbox is a secondhand console. Both of them are. Like I feel like if that's what it is, if you want to play, if you want to play a specific set of games on a specific console, buy the console. Like hit up pawn shops, like after Christmas or like around the first of the
Because I
year.
only feel like the idea of like, well, I don't want to get a secondhand game and have it not work. That's not really an excuse anymore, because like, they're
Digital
like, yeah, digital for one. Um,
games rarely break like that anymore.
yeah.
Like especially like Blu-ray games. Like for I haven't come across a PS4 a PS4 or 3 game. I think I might have come across one PS3 game that didn't work. Maybe, but I haven't
I've
come across.
had, in the entire time that I've been running games from GameFly, I've only had like 2 games not work. And that's over the course of like 5 years. So like,
The ratio is pretty shit as far as like them
yeah.
not working. Like, cause I almost
Also,
had
if you're like, well, how many games could you possibly? I play a
a
lot of
lot.
games.
The
Like
answer is
if you've not caught on, I'm the one who plays the games. I am the video game boy.
my favorite part about all this is like if I'm really close to Killer Croc when I throw the batarang. What happens is what happens is Batman will basically he'll fall into the water really close to Batman, and then Batman and he'll usually fall into Batman. So what'll happen is Batman will just kind of push him off into the water.
My caves will be your tomb.
If I had known that there was gonna be a fucking delay on hitting the button, it wouldn't have taken me as long to hit the button. Cause it's never been like that any other time in the game where you like hit the detonation on the charge gels. Like usually when you hit it, it just explodes on like as soon as you hit the button. But this was like no, I'm gonna fucking be dramatic. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is. I have to do this cinematic all over again. Why didn't you do this the entire time I was like running through the sewer? You could have like trapped me on like an island of planks.
Planks, you say?
Yeah.
My cave will be your tomb.
Oh. I hit the wrong button.
That keeps becoming a problem for you, strangely.
Well, his hands went through that. Yeah. You probably are. Oh, God. Oh, man. The world in general right now is just...
Not in the best of states, to be sure.
And it sucks. Like, well, I'm speaking about the thing that I told I said I wasn't going to keep talking about. It sucks, like, being, like, shit. Well, sucks being shit. But,
I mean, yes, it does.
gotcha. Ow. The one tactic I had when playing this game, like the first couple times I played it, was really just being able to jump over enemies.
Like vaulting over
Yeah.
and over.
And like, yeah, it does not have it. Like, that's not a thing this time around. Fuck. Like, I just can't. Like, I just can't like jump over enemies because it really does feel like it just feels like the input is not delayed, but the animations are extremely delayed because it feels more like it's a goddamn like fight sequence rather than like a combat encounter. Like there's a specific way each, you know,
Way it should go.
yeah.
Yeah. But also, speaking of the PS5 stuff, like, given that it is going to be delayed now, and we aren't going to see more of the games from the PS5 for a while.
Did y'all see what I'm talking about? Like Bats was jumping halfway across the combat arena to hit dudes, and then suddenly decided he didn't want to do that no more.
I mean, it tuckers you out.
I'm gonna tucker you out.
You gonna tuck me in the bed?
I might.
I take it you felt that. The plants are going
You know,
crazy.
that's
I'm
kind of
getting
nice.
seismic spikes in all
Thank you.
locations. It's not good.
It's okay. I've got the mold samples. I'm heading to the Batcave to mix up the antidote.
Good. I'd tell you to hurry, but I'm sure you know what you're doing. Contact me in the cave if you need anything.
Wrong button. Again, it's been playing a lot of Nintendo stuff, so I tend to forget.
Yeah, that'll do it.
There's something that's not alright. I'm gonna make it to the Batcave and do whatever happens in the Batcave.
Scan and open.
As I said, I said make it to the Batcave like it was further away than this. I thought it was.
How close are you to making the cure?
Only 2 more episodes, man.
It's been more difficult than I expected.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't start at 1. I started at 2.
Produce much antidote.
Oh yeah, because we did an extra.
The chemical will definitely stop Ivy. May
I
also
forgot all
reverse
about that
the
mess.
transformation. I need to run some more tests to be sure. I've set the computer to create more, but I need to get out of here and find Ivy.
Thank God. Her plans have reached the Gotham River. Batman! Bruce, are you alright?
I'm fine.
Batman just making shit. Just like, yes,
Just
a
making sure.
little bit of this, a little Sergio Valentes, the Ultra Bat. I was wondering when I got this. All right, y'all. That's where we're gonna stop this episode. So yeah, if you like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all of the good stuff. Man, don't let people make you question your self-worth. That's the takeaway from today, because
Don't forget to like, comment.
the shittiest part about it is like I just like this entire day has basically been a reminder that men don't matter. Is basically what all of today has been for me. Is that like men just aren't, we just don't matter. And I'm sure it's like some female will hear this and be like, oh, that's laughable. I want you to know you're a cunt. I fucking hate you. Get off my goddamn channel.